What's up, Stripe Nation? Blake Alvarez here with B&B Lawn Care. It's Thursday. What is the date? June 18th. I feel like this summer is going by quickly. I can't believe it's almost the 4th of July. But today we're out doing a little bit of mowing. I'm riding passenger, riding shotgun here in the good old work truck. Wow, this is my new V-Ride right now. It's been like this for a couple days because I took it to Discount Tire. Because it's a brand new, this mower has like 100 hours on it, but there's a hole in the sidewall, so they couldn't patch it. So I had to take it to Coleman Equipment to get a new one. So it's gonna sit like this for probably a day more. So we just got done mowing, and we're at the point in the year where, so springtime, crazy busy. Like, we can't work enough, we can't get enough done. And we're just hustle. And then bam, this week hits. People are starting to text me, hey, let's go every other week, which of course is cutting your revenue in half, dude. Like, you're getting half the money, and there's nothing you can do, man. Like, you're not gonna go out there and just cut dust. Like, and the other problem is you can't just go out and get more customers right now, because when we have that second little wave of craziness, you won't be able to keep everybody happy, you know? So, or you could go on the flip side, and if you were wanting to add another crew, you could pick up more clients right now and maintain everything as you build up a big enough list to be able to totally make a new crew. And so you can look at it two different ways. I'm gonna tell you my way, because I really don't want to go to 3 trucks at the moment, just with the way everything's going, man. But it would be a good time when you do hit now this lower season where you're going every other week. It's hot out, the lawns are dry, and there's nothing you can do. You could start picking up 20, 30, 40 clients, keep making, you'd be able to make everybody happy, and then start transitioning, training guys, hiring guys, and perfecting that new setup, that new rig and the new crew, and you could go at it that way. So what am I doing? Well, we've got some equipment issues. The trailer needs maintenance. The truck, there's a couple things that needs to be done, the work truck. The mowers, I mean, it's just July, it's late June. It's like June 20th or June 18th or whatever I said earlier. July, August, those 3 months, well, 2.5 months, I guess, because it's late June and this just happened. They're slow, man. Like, we'll be getting our equipment all back together. I don't know, maybe we'll go to the lake one weekend, leave on like a Thursday or something and have a 4-day weekend. The things that we haven't been able to do in the springtime because we've just been hustling so hard, and the lawns just the lawns just need cut all the time, where now July and August they're not going to be. And my lawns they all have sprinkler systems and things, but it's a rough year with the coronavirus and people being furloughed and laid off or what have you. I just don't think people are going to be watering like they used to, because we're all just kind of a little freaked out. I mean, I'm not really, I have my different beliefs on the coronavirus, but as far as the economy's standpoint, it is kind of freaky, to see what the next year, 2 years, 3 years is going to look like. So I don't think people are wasting their money on watering and things like that. Some people are. But it's going to be, as this heat really starts taking a toll on the lawns, we're just not going to be cutting as much. So, maintenance on the machines, things that you haven't been able to do all year. Maybe spend a little bit of time with family before that second wave of craziness, which is fall time, with the aerations, the leaf cleanups, and just the mowing and everything, dude. We're just in the dead. We're getting into the dead of summer where it's just dry, and that's the real issue. But other things I'm doing is I'm quoting. I've got 4 landscape jobs, 5 landscape jobs in the pipeline right now. So we're gonna hopefully get all of those. It's gonna help. So I'm gonna schedule like 1 or 2 every week, and start posting them on social media to try to, and every job that I post on social media, like a mulch job, I get a message, hey, can you come quote ours? So that's kind of like the ripple effect of it. And so that's what I'm focused on. Hopefully we can get, 8 landscape jobs done, 8 mulch jobs, 8 cleanups or whatever, to help, fill in the gaps between the bi-weekly mowings here for the next 2 or 3 months. So that's my plan. Hit taking care of your equipment and the maintenance. Hit landscape jobs really hard. If in the springtime we can only do 1 or 2 small jobs, 1 decent sized landscape job or 2 small jobs in the springtime. We're just too flippin' busy, dude. And so that's the deal right now. That is what I focus on. Another thing I would really focus on, and this might not seem important until you realize how important it is, but, and dude, I'm gonna say this. Look, I have a sheet actually. This is so huge, dude. Well, first off, start getting things in place. Like I have my certificate of liability insurance in all my trucks now. Just things that needed to be done that I've just been too busy to do. But if you haven't already studied your numbers and figured out how much money you're actually making working, if you need to start adjusting prices, if the year's not going how you want it to, or your business over the past couple years isn't going how you want it to, it's not just because you are the rarity of a business that's not working out. Something is fundamentally wrong. Or it doesn't have to be like a huge thing, like, oh my gosh, I'm not a good business owner, like I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe you just haven't learned yet. And so if you don't know the numbers in your business, let me simplify it, because I hated when I used to have like when I was a little bit younger and I started connecting with all these guys on Facebook, like just people like lawn and landscapers, the big companies would always be like, oh, how much does it cost to acquire a client? And I'm like, I don't know. I just post on Facebook and they call, and I guess $0, where it doesn't cost $0, obviously. But then they'd be like, well, what's your profit margin? And I'm like, I don't know. How in the world am I supposed to know? I'm just out here working 6-7 days a week, trying not to rip my hair out. How am I supposed to figure that out? But started Elliman in the winter time. It is a little bit of a setup, and I've talked about it a million times. But when you're first setting up your business on Elliman, it takes so long because you go through and type in all of the numbers with your trucks, your trailers, your mowers, your trimmers, your blowers, everything that it costs to run your business, down to the oil in your lawnmowers, down to the grease, down to the blades, down to the depreciation of your trailers, your trucks, your blowers you put in. How long typically will my Steel BR800 last? Okay, all that is inputted into this system. So now, as a part of my budget, all my trucks, my trailers, every little handheld equipment, blower, trimmer, is inputted into Elliman. So when I go out and quote jobs, sorry, I'm getting a call here. Let's see. I don't know who it is. But when I go out and quote jobs, like landscaping jobs, this is all automatically put into the quotes. And so when my truck breaks down, it's already accounted for. I mean, obviously, like a rare event wouldn't be accounted for, but in 5 years, when that truck is not worth anything anymore, the system, this whole past 5 years, would have been putting in to each job would be accounting for when that truck, we had to buy a new one. I think that's the biggest thing that I learned, like through the online academies with Elliman, is a lot of people think of just purchasing equipment. So you purchase a Skag V ride, and that's the only thing you accounted for. But every day you go out and work, you put wear and tear on it, and you put hours on it, it is worth less and less money. You have to be able to purchase that mower again, or any piece of equipment again, when it's no longer useful. Okay, when it dies, you have to buy it again. And if you're not planning for that, every time you go out and quote, then you're not going to have that money. And I think that kind of mindset and that kind of thinking is, people don't think about that stuff, dude. Like, I never did. Like, I always just thought, well, I just need to save $8,200 whatever dollars to buy a 52-inch Skag V ride. Where, yeah, that's part of it, but once you get that, you can't just not think about rebuying that again. Okay? You need to go, every job you do, you need to be slowly, every job, be working to get that money back, so when that mower dies, or that Toro Dingo, or that blower dies, you have already been paying for it. Like your customers are paying for your equipment, okay? And each job, that equipment's in there. So just something that I think's cool. So to all the big companies that ask me all my numbers, well, I have it all here, and I have it all in my system now, in Elliman. So this is pretty cool, I think. Your hourly rate of a Skag V ride 52-inch is $5.75. Okay, but let's go to my labor here. I hope I have it printed out. I just thought it'd be easier if I had it printed out and I could talk to you guys about it. Let's see. I hope I have it. Okay, I don't have it. Dang it. But I remember, if you're paying somebody, now I'm not even gonna butcher the numbers because I don't have it with me, but let me show you, let me throw you out another number if you didn't know. This is like crazy, dude. So just in my little handheld equipment that I take on landscape jobs, like shovels and pitchforks and rakes, 36 cents an hour. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think about all your handheld equipment, your blowers, your trimmers, your edgers, all that stuff needs to be, every hour that you go bid jobs, that needs to be accounted for, because the rakes are gonna break, the blowers are gonna break, everything's gonna break, dude. When you go out and you're using equipment, you are just diminishing the value of it and the life of it. Okay, things don't last forever. Things need to be repaired. All of this needs to be accounted for, and that's probably the biggest thing with Elliman. There's like a million software companies out there, and I get it. I get them all. Some are cheap, some are free, some are expensive, and I feel like everybody's just always talking about like, oh, well, this one, whatever. But I've never seen something that's so, there's no software out there, I believe, like Elliman. Why is my hat like this? That is so numbers oriented into actually making you money. Like every little academy, every talk that I've ever had, like they have online workshops, they have in-person workshops. We went to one while we were at GIE when Natalie had an ambulance come and went to the hospital because we thought we were having the baby. She thought she was having a seizure. It was just a mess, so I didn't get to sit through the whole Elliman workshop, but I got to sit through a little bit of it. But everything is, how do we grow your business? We work with Elliman as far as like online, like helping document like my experience with it, in terms of like I get to use the software. But even working with them, it has always been, how can we help you use our software to grow your business? Because if I don't succeed while I'm using the software, I can't talk about the software. You know, like if I don't see the value in Echo Trimmer or whatever, I don't want to call it Echo, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't like them, so I don't use them. I don't talk about them. I don't promote them. It's the same thing with Elliman. It's like, literally, they're just like, Blake, how can we help you optimize the software and make your lawn care business money? We want to help you grow. We want to help you. If you want to be a $2 million company, and this is going to sound crazy, but you can put that into the software as a budget, and you can start seeing what you need to do to get to that $2 million, okay? Because it's not just, let's add 18 more trucks. Like, it's like, this is a in-depth, in detail way. And I promise this isn't like they didn't be like, hey Blake, can you make a 16-minute sales pitch for us? I'm just talking about the software. I just think it's cool. And I think in a downtime like we have now, that you can do maintenance, you can work landscape jobs, spend time with family. But if your business isn't working, it's not where you want it to be, start focusing on numbers. You can work up a budget in Elliman for free, or you can sit down and try to crunch the numbers yourself, I guess. But figure out if you're making money, if you need to bump up some prices, if you need to rethink a strategy, if you've got whatever you've got going on. Okay, I've got a couple clients that I'm like, we're spending a lot of time on your lawn. We're not really making the money that we need to be making here. We need to figure something out. Like, I'm either gonna bump up the prices a little bit, or I'm gonna boot them out the door. I don't know yet, but of course we're gonna try. I'm kidding. We're gonna try adjusting the prices up a little bit. But if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. It's fine, but you can't just be going out and spending 50 minutes on a lawn and you're making $40 and your numbers just don't make sense, because you might as well just not do the property. And I always tell you, this is like, that's in depth, and the example I'm about to tell you is so not in depth. But let's take a $40 lawn. If it takes 40 minutes, a customer would be like, you're making $1 a minute. Wow, that's awesome. I'm not making $1 a minute, I can promise you that, because I have 1 or 2 guys on that if I'm mowing it with them, maybe I have 1 or 2 guys. But if it's just my work truck crew, I have 2 guys to pay for, and that's almost an hour of work. And let's talk drive time to and from that property. That's it, whatever. Let's call it an hour. Okay, 50 minutes, whatever. That is an hour of pay for that $40 lawn. So now I'm not even making a half of that lawn. Not even close. And I have to pay taxes on that revenue. And so now I'm making a few bucks. But I still have to pay for all of this equipment. I still have to pay for the gas. I still have to pay for the insurance. I still have to pay for the tires. I mean, we've spent maybe $1,500 or $2,000 this year on tires alone, dude. And so it's just, you gotta get down and dirty with your numbers. It's there's just no fancy way about it, man. It sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun going through the day, sweating your butt off, thinking you're doing everything right, just to come and figure that you've been pricing everything wrong for however long. But there it is. Guys, I want the best for you. I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, and go kill it out there, dude. Peace.